This free FPS game is amazing. This one is an absolute classic. This game is a huge player base. This one is a must play. This one is too. And this game takes a first-person shooter genre to the next level. The Steam store has thousands of free-to-play shooter games to download, but have you ever wondered which ones are actually worth playing? Well, my friends, you're in the right place, as I've compiled the absolute best ones that you can play right now into one list. This is Undercover Dudes, and these are the top 15 free-to-play FPS games. Let's get straight into it. Starting out with Ironsight, a fast-paced shooter that is heavily influenced by Call of Duty Black Ops 2 and is definitely one of my favorites on this list. This game features insanely good Twitch gameplay, fast movement, in-depth customization, and years of developed content. Simply, Ironsight captures the old-school Call of Duty gameplay in the best way possible. Furthermore, despite being 6+ years old, it's still active and thriving. Absolutely give this game a try. Next today is Out of Action, an action-heavy cyberpunk-inspired FPS that leans into its low-poly aesthetic in the best way possible. Developed by Single Person, Out of Action is a truly awesome game. The movement is fluid, the gunplay is gritty and has weight, the slow-mo action pieces are top-notch, it's just an extremely well thought out game. While the game will be paid on release, a free demo has been released for people who want to try it out, and it's absolutely worth a download, and hence why I included it on this list. Next up is one of the most underrated free-to-play FPS games out right now, and it's called Polygon. Polygon is a low-poly shooter, featuring easy-to-run but extremely nice-looking graphics that blend well with the arcadey gameplay. Talking about the gameplay, it's overall really solid. Gunplay is on point, movement is to be expected, it's very much Call of Duty and Battlefield in 16 vs 16 matches. All of this in a low poly package is a great experience, especially because it has a solid community and very much caters to the low spec crowd. Next up is one of the most known looter shooter FPS games, and that's Destiny 2. The high production value shines through with this game, not only in the intense and feature-filled gameplay, but also the beautiful graphics, making it a joy to see. The gameplay itself is fantastic and for good reason, as originally it was a paid game. The transition to free-to-play opening the floodgates for many more people to try out this title. Overall, Destiny 2 continues to scratch the looter shooter itch year after year, and the community is still very strong. Very much worth a try. Angerful is probably the most wild FPS game we're checking out today, a shooter that is the definition of chaos. Gameplay wise, you clear room after room of enemies by kicking, shooting, or exploding anything you can see. The bright and colourful maps along with the detailed enemies and weapons work perfectly, with the thumping bassy music just makes you want to run through the course as quickly as you can. While it's currently just a demo, there is more than enough content here to have some fun. Check it out. Now, talking about another free-to-play game, we've got the sponsor of today's video, War Thunder. That's right, my friends, the most comprehensive vehicle combat game is here, and it's available for free on PC and console. In War Thunder, you take control of over 2,500 vehicles, including tanks, planes, helicopters, and ships in top-notch PvP combat. With this, War Thunder also features a sophisticated vehicle damage model, and this is along with the impressive X-ray damage view, where you see exactly how the vehicle was destroyed. Personally, my favorite part is the graphics, as they not only look fantastic, but also runs really smoothly due to the in-house engine being optimized for low-end machines. All of this on top of the intense combat, incredibly detailed vehicles, realistic graphics, and authentic sound effects as you control these powerful war machines. And so with 70 million players worldwide, War Thunder not only provides epic PvP battles, but also a ton of high quality content to discover. Best of all, War Thunder is available on PC, Xbox, and PlayStation, and make sure to use my link in the video description to check it out. Now for new players, or if you haven't played in the last 6 months, you also receive a massive bonus pack to give you a head start, including free premium vehicles, 100,000 silver lines, 7 days of premium account time, and more. This is only available for a limited time, so don't forget to claim it now. The next game needs no introduction, and that's Team Fortress 2. With 9 unique classes, various modes, addicting gameplay, and a whimsical art style, there's no doubt why this game has a dedicated fanbase. Furthermore, its accessibility and easy to run graphics makes it incredibly easy to hop in and play, a true favourite for low spec fans. Due to its recent resurgence in popularity, TF2 has received some new updates, but even without these, TF2 is still one of the best free-to-play shooters of all time, without a doubt. Apex Legends is an absolute must-mention when talking about the best free-to-play FPS games. Developed by Respawn Entertainment, Apex features insanely tight gameplay, amazing graphics, a dedicated community, and a ton of content. This, alongside the fair monetization system, shows why Apex rose up in popularity and is still up there on the player count chart. If you're trying to find your footholds in this genre and haven't played many free-to-play FPS games, I wholeheartedly recommend starting out with Apex. Next up today, we have the old school inspired free-to-play shooter called Cryptus. Defined by its movement, Cryptus is all about dashing, jumping, and shooting your way through hordes of the undead, and it's incredibly fun. This is all wrapped in the retro aesthetic, thrown back to the classic old school shooters in a tasteful way. While this is relatively short, being only 22 minutes, it's definitely a short but sweet type of experience, and one that shouldn't be missed by shooter fans. Next is one of the best Call of Duty mobile clones that is now on the PC, and that game is Combat Master. While graphically this game is definitely not the best out there, it makes up for it with its snappy and responsive gunplay and absolutely insane movement, featuring bunny hopping, slide cancelling, and directional changes. While it's very bare bones, it's honestly a refreshing throwback to the original arcade shooters, and this is reflected in the very positive review rating and very healthy player count. Next today is Halo Infinite, the next edition of the Halo series that is completely free to play. With a very rocky and very negative launch, Halo Infinite has now stabilized to a mostly positive review rating on Steam, which is great to see. This makes sense as the gameplay is good as ever as it's Halo through and through. This in combination with the beautiful AAA graphics is a fantastic pairing and really highlights the true strengths of the game. As with a lot of free-to-play games, a year or two after it's in a really good state, and Halo Infinite is a perfect example of that. Next today is a game called Operation Harsh Doorstop, a Patreon-funded free-to-play first-person shooter headed by YouTuber BlueDrake42. This game truly is the Swiss Army knife of shooters, putting modability first and foremost to enable people to create whatever they can think of. Since release, the team and community have been putting the hard yards in and their work has paid off, culminating into a unique modest paradise that is absolutely worth the download. PlanetSide 2 is for sure an oldie but a goodie, an MMO FPS title that to this day still has a large and active player base. The focus of this game is on huge battles over a massive planet, with you choosing one of 3 factions and vying for control of the planet, with up to 2,000 players on the map at one time. Pick one of the many infantry classes, spawn an ATV, tank, dropship and more, and then squad up with up to 48 players in a platoon. It's all out chaos. Next today is Shadowline, a game I've mentioned a few times on this channel but for very good reason. It's a high quality shooter that rivals the top of the free-to-play genre. An arena FPS featuring several traditional PvP modes, Shadowline is a fantastic blend of Call of Duty, Apex Legends, Overwatch and so on, but with the polish not seen from many new indie free-to-play shooters. The dev team is dedicated, the game is fun, it's very much worth a chance and is one of my personal favourites on this list. This next one goes without saying, it's the most popular first-person shooter of all time and it's Counter-Strike 2. Featuring addictive gameplay, insanely well thought out maps, a host of modes and community servers galore, CS2 is the pinnacle of the genre. But furthermore, the upgrades that CS2 brings over its predecessor in CSGO is incredible. It brings the graphics, physics and gameplay to the next level, but still keeps the core feeling of Counter-Strike intact. It goes without saying that CS2 is one of the best FPS games of all time, and it's definitely worth an install. Next up is the new shooter that has frankly dominated the free-to-play FPS scene, and that's the Finals. This game is a fully destructible first-person shooter made by former DICE developers, and it's absolutely fantastic. It looks beautiful, it's centered on fast-paced gameplay and is gun and class focus, all wrapped up in an environment that literally collapses around you. Many thanks again to War Thunder for sponsoring this video, and make sure to use my link below to download it on PC and console. Using my link below will also get you a massive bonus pack featuring multiple premium vehicles, in-game currency and more, so make sure not to miss it as it's only available for a limited time.